One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Throwing again is Stafford. And it's caught. And the Rams are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
Ball start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown. Juwan Jennings. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have struck first in this NFC title game. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then
production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down. Barkley, inside handoff. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Hurts. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles first down as he's brought down at the 16. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the 2nd quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, The body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too. He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
This 2nd and 4.
Now Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He's got Smith here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them, because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
Back to throw again. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They're going to look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. Who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
It's caught. Smith.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Automatic first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that is incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A handoff to Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8. Hurts.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 13 yards out.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford, and the pressure gets to him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Eagles will have great starting field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
On 2nd and inches. Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Now Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Hey, go here!
From the 50, Stafford. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 1.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8. Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
They'll run with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second down and 8.
This is Barkley. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
115 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl as we sign off here and say goodnight, everybody.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.